Well, good morning and welcome to your Monday morning espresso shot. Let us kickstart the day with a 5 minute of the heart focused breathing technique. So let us begin by placing our awareness in the area of the heart and just create an awareness, not a sharp focus, but just a wide focus. So not too laser focused, but just an awareness in the area of your heart or your chest, and begin to take slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would, and just tune into how your body is feeling right now. And as you take these slow, deep breaths, see if you can take the in-breath for about 5 seconds, I should say, and exhale for about 5 seconds. This is known as the 6-breath protocol, because when you take the 5 seconds breath in and the 5 seconds breath out, that's 10 seconds, and if you do 6 of them, that's 6-breath protocol in a minute. And this is the optimal breathing rate to establish a 0.1 hertz resonance in your heart rhythm variability. So this is the breathing technique that allows your heart and your mind to connect and to create chemicals in your body that helps you repair and rejuvenate your diseased cells, or wakes you up in the morning. It actually gives you more cortisol if you need it, or less cortisol if you're already revved up. So take these slow, deep breaths and know that your body is actually becoming into a balanced state. Take these slow, deep breaths. Visualize them flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And notice your body. Are you slowing down? Or are you feeling more energized? This technique will actually regulate your body. It'll give you what you need, whether it needs to wake you up some more or whether it needs to down-regulate you a bit more. If in this breathing technique you feel your body slowing down, that means you were already stressed out or your body was revving high. If you feel more energized as you do this, that means you didn't have enough juice in your body and this boosted your energy levels. Either way, it's bringing balance to your body. So continue to these deep breaths and visualize them flowing in and out of your heart to bring your body into perfect balance. Slow, deep breaths. And visualize them flowing in and out of your heart. Wonderful. We'll do more of that later on. Today's I Didn't Know That moment is all about absence. And we've all heard sayings that absence makes the heart grow fonder. But is that really true? It all depends on your state, on your emotion, and your relationship to the other person that is absent in your life. Let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, that somebody mistreated you 10 years ago, and you lost contact with that person. Perhaps you decided never to speak to that person again. Throughout the weeks and the months and the years that follow, you've always thought about that one incident that caused you so much grief and pain. And as you begin to the process of unraveling it, and perhaps you feel you're healing it, you make peace with the situation, only to find out that when you think about that person again, the issue rears up its ugly head. And so you feel more angrier at that person for what happened many years back. Now fast forward 10 years, and this person now comes into your field of vision. You actually see this person in a room. And if you feel angry at that person, you've forgotten one very important factor in all of this, is that absence of engaging that person for many years has created that feeling of anger within you, and it has built up on it because you've actually used it as a reason, a badge of honor, for example, a reason to say, you know what, it's because of this person that I feel angry. And that gives you the permission to stay angry and to have the unwanted emotions. Perhaps you're addicted to those emotions, and that is possible. So when that person actually approaches you, as far as you know, that person may not even have been thinking about that situation that happened many years back to you. Maybe that person didn't have as much of an emotional impact or associated that much of an emotional situation as you did. So that person, over the many years, may have achieved their own progress in spirituality, in becoming a better human being, in learning from others. Perhaps they worked on themselves. But in your mind, that's the same person from 10 years ago. As a matter of fact, you have, because of the emotion that you carried from so long, and you actually see this person as a little bit more worse than what that person was before. So that absence can make the heart grow angrier. And this person that's approaching you is actually approaching you from a perspective of a fresh slate. And maybe there are some wonderful things that can happen in your renewed friendship. But because you have gotten so jacked up about the emotions that you're feeling from many years back, you will not be able to heal that part of you, because that person may be a different person. So absence can make the heart grow angrier, even beyond what it originally felt in that. So what is it that you need to do in order for you to actually overcome this? Is notice, first of all, what's happening to your body when somebody says something to you that rubs you the wrong way. The most appropriate solution there is to actually confront them right there in a respectful manner and say, when you say that, here's how it makes me feel. It's always about how you feel. It's not about how they made you feel, but it's about their particular action that caused a feeling in you. When you approach it that way, that's the first step. Let's say you can't do that. Let's say you're feeling awkward about it, and that's okay. If you're feeling awkward about it, what you may want to say is you extricate yourself from the situation, and then start doing the techniques. We've been doing this every Monday morning, and practice that all the time. And just heal that part of you. Just replace it with a positive emotion. And you no longer need to give this person the real estate in your mind. Because every time you give the real estate in your mind, you're thinking about this person, you're taken away from creating a future that you really want. So the idea here is not to get addicted to those emotions, but to just heal them and move on. And when you do these techniques that we practice here, and the more advanced techniques that we practice in the webinars that I present every month, if you're a member of Ignite you'll be able to access these. You can practice these advanced techniques, and you will be able to heal that part of you, and you'll be able to reconnect with this person in the future from a very objective, normal position. Wouldn't that be wonderful? All right. So let us practice another level of this particular technique called the quick coherence technique. So let us place our awareness in the area of our hearts and begin to take slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of our heart. And now really reach for that rejuvenating feeling, that emotion that makes you feel amazing, that gives you a sense of joy, gratitude, compassion. Just breathe that in along with your breathing technique. Count to 5 seconds breathing in. Exhale 5 seconds breathing out. And continue to experience these rejuvenating emotions. Because when you do that, the body triggers a series of chemicals that actually bathe your cells and provide the mechanisms for your cells to build antibodies for anything that may be around you in terms of viruses. The immune system gets boosted as soon as you do this technique. So just take these slow, deep breaths and experience them flowing in and out of your heart with a rejuvenating emotion. Slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. Make these breaths very fluid. In other words, make sure you don't stop at the top of the breath or at the bottom of the breath, but allow this fluidity to unleash in your body. A very rhythmic flow of these breathing patterns. And if you can keep to a 5 second count in, 5 second count out, that's the most optimal 6 breath protocol you can do to connect your heart to your mind and actually produce the enzymes that you need to repair and rejuvenate for digestion, to actually bring your body into balance. Slow, deep breaths. Visualize them flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Notice your emotions. Are you still experiencing rejuvenating emotions? Are you experiencing gratitude? Wonderful. Thank you so much for participating this morning at your Monday Morning Espresso Shot. And this is the 15 minutes are up. And if you have any questions, now's the time to ask. We're in the Q&A area. And if not, then we'll just close this session off and maybe chat next week. So if there's any questions, I would love to hear those. All right, there doesn't seem to be any questions coming through. Feel free to email me at your leisure, and I look forward to chatting with you next week. Take care, and we will talk to you real soon.